Dave, we've asked the players what they may take into the hub. Is there anything special you want to take into the hub, apart from a case of your finest wine or a coffee maker? What do you want to take in?
No, I think I'm going to treat it just like a road trip. And so you go in there with change of clothes, and coaches end up watching a lot of video anyway, so you'll be preoccupied with that, I'm sure, with so many games going on and lots of between games to watch and on your computer and games to watch. That'll be entertainment enough and getting your team ready. So pretty much standard stuff. Not planning on anything different.
Next question, Mark Spector. Mark, as soon as your microphone's unmuted, go ahead.
Yeah, Dave, you moved Evan Bouchard into a different group today. Have you been not as happy with his play, or is it? What are you doing that for? What
we needed a certain number. It was power play penalty kill today, and we needed an extra defenseman on the penalty kill, and that's not Bush's strength. So he skated with the other group today early. So it's nothing more than just numbers, trying to get numbers down and make sure we got the right numbers for special teams today.
Next question, Derek Van Diest. Derek, as soon as your microphone's unmuted, you can ask your question. Go ahead.
Yeah, Dave, I wanted to ask you about the power play. I guess, is it more than just having that much talent on a unit that made you guys so successful? What was it about your power play unit that gave you guys the success it did this year?
Well, I would agree that we got talented players, but I like the work they put into it. They've played together a long time. Glenn Gullickson's done a nice job with them and making sure we're organized and the different options. So they work at it. They realize that's a big part of our team. The players are they're dug into it hard. They work at it, and we were able to find some success.
Next question, Jim Matheson. Jim, just look for your microphone to get unmuted, and then go ahead.
Dave, I've asked Nuge and Connor the same thing. In your mind, is there a difference between a most outstanding player and a most valuable player? I know most outstanding player is often a guy with the best stats in a regular season, and the Hart Trophy is for most valuable. In your mind, is there a difference?
I think you can combine both of them, because you can't be a most valuable without being outstanding, right? So first part is being an outstanding player, and then you become the most valuable. That's they kind of go hand in hand. You know, when a guy is an outstanding player, he's contributing to the success of the team. And I think in Leon's, you know, I'm sure you're talking about Leon here for the Hart, but he's an outstanding player with good stats, but he also a very, very valuable player to our team. So I think they go hand in hand a little bit. I wouldn't pick one over the other.
Next question, Reed Wilkins. Go ahead, Reed.
Hi, Dave. Got to think of different Leon questions than the ones we asked you last week when he was up for the other award. I'll throw you a bit of a two-parter here. Can you kind of sum up what we saw from Leon as a leader this year? It seemed to me he's been more willing to sort of embrace that over the last couple of seasons. And my other question is a very specific one. Draisaitl on his backhand. Like, is he one of the deadliest players you've ever seen as a coach or a player when he's on his backhand?
Well, I'll start with that one. Yeah, his skill set is unbelievable, and he the ability to get the puck away quick and accurate on the backhand is something that not all players have in their bag of tools, and he's definitely up there as one of the best in the game. I think some of that he spent a lot of time watching Datsuk on tape, and that Datsuk, you know, his puck skills and backhand skills were outstanding. I think Leon has tried to go in that vein a little bit, but you watch him, he passes the puck as well backhand as he does forehand. So that part of his game is a big part of it. And all you can say is his wingers better be ready, because there's times when you think he can't get it to you, and he'll zing it to you on the backhand that you don't think is possible, and it'll get there. So that part is that part of his game is certainly a strength. As far as his leadership, I look at our young core of top players between Connor and Leon, Clef. I mean, that whole core, Nuge is in there. That whole core is continuing to mature, and they're the core that drives our team. So the leadership they show is both on the ice and off the ice. Players, or your team recognizes the ability they have to play on the ice, but also the leadership and the motivation to win off the ice has to come through also. And that's where I see Connor and I see Leon, Nuge, all these guys. They continue to grow because they want to win, and everything they do every day is geared towards getting our team to a level where we feel like we can win on a very consistent basis and give ourselves a chance to be a top team in this league. So that maturity from those guys continues to evolve, but you can certainly see steps. Even, I mean, I've only been around 1 year here, but I've seen steps throughout this year to watch them evolve into better leaders. So it's good for our group that they're taking that responsibility, and they'll continue to grow in that end of things.
Another question from Jim Matheson. Jim, as soon as your microphone's active, you can ask away. Go ahead.
I want to ask you about the scrimmage tomorrow night. It's a night scrimmage. Is that just because you get used to playing the game at night? And how do you break the teams down? I mean, you've got the line with Leon and the line with Connor. I presume they would be on opposing teams.
Yeah, we're going to separate them for tomorrow. We've got a night game because 2 of our first 3 games are at night, and then the 1 o'clock game on Saturday is similar to our first game at 1 o'clock against Chicago. So we're just trying to get used to everything. We're going to use different dressing rooms here. We're just trying to make it as real as possible. So when we get to the real stuff, nothing catches you by surprise.